Good morning and welcome to you all. I'm Ms. Vandana Gupta, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. So today, as you know that we are doing section 1 mathematics. In that unit 1, functions, derivatives and their applications. So we have seen what is functions. We have also seen how to find out the derivatives of functions. We have seen some formulae for derivatives and the rules to calculate the derivatives of some, that is called addition rule, then scalar multiplication rule, multiplication, derivative of the product, and derivative of the quotient. Okay, and then in the last lecture we have seen some of the applications of derivatives, that is how to find out the average revenue, marginal cost and marginal revenue. So let me just quickly revise that, and then we will continue with the today's topic. Another application of derivative, that is called elasticity of demand. So we are doing application of derivatives. So in that, the first one we have seen what is marginal cost. So marginal cost is the rate of change of cost with respect to the X, that is number of quantities produced. So if C is the cost function, let C be the cost of producing X, C be the cost of producing X units. You know that cost depends upon the number of units produced, correct? So if C is the cost of producing X units, then the rates of change of cost with respect to rate of change of cost with respect to the number of items produced, that is X, is called as marginal cost. And it is given by marginal cost is equal to derivative of C with respect to X. So rate of change is derivative. So we have seen the first application, and last time we have solved some problems in which the cost function was given to you and you were asked to find out the marginal cost at some point. Okay. Then second application we have seen in the last lecture, that was how to find out the marginal revenue. As you know that revenue depends upon the demand. So marginal revenue is the rate of change of revenue with respect to the demand. So as you know that revenue R is P into D. So if you are given the revenue, take its derivative with respect to D. That will be the marginal revenue. So marginal revenue is the rate of change of revenue with respect to the demand, which will be given by D. So dr by dt is marginal revenue. In the last lecture, we have solved some problems in which we have calculated the marginal revenue when at some point when the demand is given. Okay, so let us see the next application, that is how to find out the elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand. So if demand is let D is the demand function, let D be the demand, and P be the price, small p be the price. Okay. Then the quantity okay, which we denote by the symbol eta. Then the quantity minus P upon T into derivative of T with respect to P is called elasticity of demand with respect to price. Is called the elasticity of demand with respect to the price. And it is denoted by a symbol like this, which is a Greek symbol. It is called an eta. So therefore, what is eta? Eta means elasticity of demand, and it is given by minus P upon D into derivative of D with respect to T. This is the formula to calculate the elasticity of demand. Okay. So if D is a demand function, then you differentiate demand function with respect to D and multiply it by minus P upon D. So that gives you the elasticity of demand when we price elasticity of demand with respect to the price, and we denote it by the symbol eta. Okay. So today we are going to find out the elasticity of demand when the demand function is given to you. Okay. Now let's see. You know that the elasticity of demand is this minus P upon T into derivative of D with respect to T. So note here, if eta is equal to 0, okay, then demand will be constant. If it is 0, then derivative of D with respect to T will be 0. And if the derivative of a function is 0, that means that function is a constant function. So if eta is equal to 0, then demand D is constant. Demand D is constant. So we say that the demand is perfectly elastic, and we say that demand is perfectly elastic. So if eta is equal to 0, then we say that demand is perfectly elastic. That means the quantity which is demanded is not depending upon the price. Next one, if eta is less than 1, which is the first note. Second, if eta is bigger than 0 but less than 1, then we say that demand is inelastic. And we say that demand is inelastic. Inelastic. And if eta is equal to 1, if eta is equal to 1, demand is proportional to the price. Then the demand is proportional to the price. Proportional to the price. And if eta is greater than 1, then we say that the demand is elastic. then the demand is said to be elastic. Said to be elastic. So if eta is equal to 0, then derivative, I mean, d will not depend up, I mean, the derivative of d with respect to p will be 0. So we say that demand is constant. So it is perfectly elastic. And if eta is between 0 and 1, then we say that demand is said to be inelastic. And if it is equal to 1, then the demand is said to be proportional to the price. And if it is bigger than 1, then the demand is said to be elastic. So let us now calculate the elasticity of demand for some of the demand functions. So let us take an exercise. If the demand function of a commodity is given by the demand function is given by as I told you, demand function is a relation between price and demand. So you can write P in terms of D or D in terms of P. So here we are given P in terms of P. Find the elasticity of demand. The elasticity of demand when demand D is 2. Okay. So you are given here the demand function, that means a relation between price and demand. We have to find out the elasticity of demand when the demand is 2. Okay. So as we know that, what is the formula to calculate the elasticity of demand? Elasticity of demand is given by eta equal to minus P upon P into derivative of D with respect to. Okay. See why we are taking here minus sign, because as you know that demand function is a decreasing function. Demand, if price is increasing, demand decreases. If price decreases, demand increases. So we have seen the graph of the demand function. It was a decreasing function like this. Okay. So its derivative will be negative. For a decreasing function, its derivative is negative. That you remember that. So the derivative of D with respect to P, this term will be negative. Which term? Let me just write it. This term will be negative. And so this minus and this minus will become plus. And so eta will be positive. So we will come to know when you solve this problem. Okay. So what are the things we require in this formula? We need derivative of D with respect to. So let us calculate the derivative of D with respect to P. Okay. Wait a minute. I have written P in terms of P. So let me take another problem in which P is written in terms of P, because otherwise we will have to write it. It will become very, very complicated. So let me just erase this and I will write down D in terms of P. Okay. So that will be easy for you to understand. See, demand function is basically the relation between price and demand, correct? So D is 15 minus 4P plus P square. I've just changed the demand. Okay. So what we need here is derivative of D with respect to P. So this is my D. So differentiate D with respect to P. So D is what? D is 15 minus 4P plus P square. This is my P given to me. Find out derivative of d with respect to. So that means we have to find out derivative of d means 15 minus 4p plus p square. Find out its derivative. What will be its derivative? It will be the derivative of, in place of x, we are having p. That's all. So don't get confused. We are finding the derivative of d with respect to p. Okay. So derivative of p with this derivative of 15 minus derivative of 4p plus derivative of p square. Okay. Now what is derivative of p? P is a constant. So its derivative will be 0. Here 4 is a constant and p is a function of p. So 4 will be taken out. I'm applying the rule of scalar multiplication. Derivative of p square is 2 into p raised to 2 minus 1. So this will give you minus 4. Derivative of p with respect to p is 1 plus 2. So the answer is minus 4 plus 2. Okay. So what we have done, we have found out the derivative of d with respect to p. Don't get confused. In play, we used to find the derivative of y with respect to x. Y is replaced by d and x is replaced by, that's all. So derivative of 15 minus 4p plus p square. Apply the rule of addition. Derivative of 15 minus derivative of 4p plus derivative of p square. 15 is a constant, so its derivative will be 0. Here, which rule I am applying? Scalar multiplication rule. What is the scalar multiplication rule? Says derivative of k times u is equal to k into derivative of u, where u is a function. This is what I am doing. K is a constant, we can take out. Here 4 is a constant, I have taken that into derivative of p. And this is nothing but our formula for derivative of x to the power n. That is n into x raised to n minus 1. This one. In place of x here, I am having p. That's all. So 2 into p raised to 2. I hope you have understood this. Okay. So it is just the same rule and same formula. Only thing is that we are having x in place of, we are having p in place. Okay. So that is what is the only thing. So we got derivative of d with respect to p as minus 4 plus 2. What I'm going to do here, let us just take minus sign out. Common. Okay. You will come to know why I'm doing this. So take minus out. What will you get in the bracket? From here 4. And from plus 2p, if I take out minus, I'll get minus. Minus into minus will give you plus. So this is what I got, derivative of d with respect to. This is what I got. Okay. Now let us find out the value of elasticity of demand. So elasticity of demand, theta is minus p upon d into derivative of d with respect to. So it is minus p upon d. D is given to you. What is given to you? D. 15 minus 4p plus p square. So in place of d, I will write 15 minus 4p plus p square. Correct? Into. Now, what is derivative of d with respect to p? Just now we have calculated. Minus in the bracket 4 minus 2. So minus in the bracket 4 minus 2. Now look at here. Why I have taken this minus sign? Because this, when I multiply this term and this term, minus and minus will give you plus. So you will get p into 4 minus 2p divided by 15 minus 4p plus p square. So this is the formula we got for elasticity of demand with respect to time. Okay. Now we have to find out this at which point. Find elasticity of demand when demand D is 2. So we have to find out this when demand D is 2. Okay. Sorry, that also I made a mistake there. And then P is 1. So previously I have written the function P in terms of D. So just make a correction here. When price P is, okay. So in this formula, put P equal to 1 to find out the elasticity of demand. Therefore, elasticity of demand when P is equal to 1 will be what? In this formula, put P equal to 1. So what will you get? 1 into 4 minus 2 into 1 divided by 50 minus 4 into 1 plus 1 square. That will give you 4 minus 2 into 1. So in the numerator, you will get 2. And in the denominator, you will get 15 minus 4 plus 1. So it will be 11 plus 1. That is 12. So 2 divided by 12, which is equal to 1 upon 6. So this is the answer. So the elasticity of demand when price is 1 is equal to 1 upon 6. So you can see that little calculations are slightly more here, but it is not that difficult. So if you can, you have to first find out the derivative of D with respect to P and then take out minus sign because this minus and this minus will give you plus. So finally, eta will come in positive and then you put the value of D. One more problem we will take. Take another problem. No, many problems are given on this. One more I got here. So the demand function is given by P equal to 20 minus P minus P square, where you know that D is the demand and P is the price. Find the elasticity of demand when price is 2. When price is okay. Now, how will you solve this problem? First of all, what is your elasticity of demand eta? It is given by minus P upon D into derivative of D with respect to. So the very first thing is to find the derivative of D with respect to D. So let us find out derivative of D with respect to D. What will be that? What is your D? D is given to you as 20 minus P minus P square. D is given to you as 20 minus P minus P square. So first of all, find its derivative, which will be equal to derivative of 20 minus derivative of D minus derivative of P square. Correct? So derivative of 20, because 20 is a constant, it will be 0. Derivative of P with respect to P is 1. And what is derivative of P square? It is 2. So finally, you will get minus 1 minus 2. Now, as I told you, you take out minus sign because that minus and this minus will give you plus. So take out minus sign. So you will get 1 plus 2. From here, if you take out minus, from minus 1, if you take out minus, you'll get plus 1. And so, see here, derivative of d with respect to p. D is given to you as 20 minus p minus p square. So in place of d, I'm writing this. Now apply your addition subtraction rule. So derivative of 20 minus derivative of p minus derivative of p square. 20 is a constant, so its derivative is 0. Derivative of p with respect to p is 1. And derivative of p square is 2. Applying the formula derivative of x to the power of x n into x raised to n minus 1. So 2 into p raised to 2 minus 1, that is 1. So you'll get minus 1 minus 2p. Take that minus out. So you'll get 1 from here. From minus 2p, if you take out minus, you'll get plus 2. Minus into plus will give you x. So we have calculated derivative of d with respect to p. Put it in the formula of eta. So eta is therefore eta is equal to minus p upon d. Now what is given to you? D 20 minus p square. So d is 20 minus p minus p square. This is your d into what is derivative of d with respect to p? Minus 1 plus 2. So it is minus 1 plus 2. Now look at here. This minus and this minus will give you plus. So p into 1 plus 2. That is the reason I'm taking p minus 1. Because in the final answer, minus and minus will give you plus. And so you get. So this is the formula we got for eta. Okay. Now we have to find out eta at which point when price is 2. Okay. So put here p equal to 2. Put p equal to 2. So therefore, what will be elasticity of demand? Elasticity of demand when p is 2 is given by p is equal to, what you have to do is put wherever there is p, put 2. 1 plus 2 into 2 divided by 20 minus 2 minus 2. In this, wherever there is p, put 2. So 2 into 1 plus 2 into p, that is 2 into 2. 20 minus p is 2 and p square is 2 square. So you will get 2 into, if you solve this bracket, you will get 2 into 2 is 4 plus 1, 5. Divided by 20 minus 2 minus 2 square is 2. So you'll get 10 divided by 40. That is 5 by 7. So this is the answer. So the elasticity of demand when the price is 2 is 5 upon 7. So see, there is a relation between marginal revenue and average revenue. Okay, so let me give you that relation. Here I can write the relation between marginal revenue, average revenue, marginal revenue, and eta, elasticity of demand. So this is given by marginal revenue is equal to average revenue into 1 minus 1 upon. This is the relation between marginal revenue, average revenue, and elasticity of demand. You'll have to remember this because the proof of this is also there, but you don't have the proof, and it will if I give you the proof of this, it will, little, it's not that complicated, but you may find it slightly difficult. So you simply remember this. Marginal revenue is average revenue in the bracket 1 minus 1 upon eta. Where what is eta? Elasticity of. Okay. So these are the three values are related like this. So if you are given any two values out of it, you can find out the third. Okay. So let us take one problem of that kind, because such problem can be asked in objective type. So let me just erase this and then I will do that. So, maybe we can do it here. Okay. So let us take an exercise. Find the elasticity of demand. Demand if marginal revenue is 50 and average revenue is 75. Okay. So as I just now gave you the relation between marginal revenue, average revenue, and elasticity of demand. What is that relation? We know that how they are related. We know that marginal revenue is equal to average revenue into 1 minus 1 upon eta. So in this, you put what are the values given to you. So you are given marginal revenue as 50. So put here 50. Average revenue is given to you as 75, and eta you have to calculate. Just simply put the values and solve this equation. So it will be 50 upon 75 equal to 1 minus 1 upon eta. What I'll do is 75 I'm shifting here. So 50 upon 75 will give you 2 upon 3. When you simplify this, 1 minus 1 upon. See, 25 say is a common factor. 25 to the 50, 25 to the 7. So you will get 2 upon 3 equal to 1 minus 1. Now you have to simplify this, solve this equation and find the value of eta. So how will you do this? I'm doing it here. So minus 1 upon eta, I'll shift to this side. So it will become plus 1 upon eta and 1 minus 2 upon. What I've done? I have to find the value of eta. So this is the term which contains eta, minus 1 upon eta. I'll shift to this side, so its sign will change. So it will become plus. And this plus 2 by 3, I will shift to the other side, so it will become minus. Now what is 1 minus 2 by 3? It will be 1 by 3. Okay. So you got 1 upon eta equal to 1 upon 3. So what is the value of eta? It will be 3 by cross. Okay. What is 1 minus 2 by 3? You can see that 1 minus 2 by 3. How will you solve? Here the denominator is 1. So we need to make the same denominator to subtract two fractions. So multiply by 3 in numerator as well as in the denominator. We have done this so many times. So 3 by 3. Now the denominator is same, so you can subtract. That will be 1 by 3. So this is how we got here 1 by 3. So 1 upon eta is 1 by 3 to the cross multiplication. So eta will be. So here, if you are given marginal revenue and average revenue, and you have to find out eta, then you can use this relation. Okay? This gives you the relation between marginal revenue, average revenue, and the elasticity. So I think enough for today. So today we have seen the application of derivative. What is that? Elasticity. How to find out the elasticity of demand. We have solved some problems on that. And also we have seen the relation between marginal revenue, average revenue, and eta, elasticity of demand. In the next lecture, we will see the optimization problem. That is how to find out the maximum or minimum value of the function. So thank you.